Hey Daniel, this is Joe. I was just getting back with you with this short video, giving you just wanted to give you a couple of tips and some information on how to gain more rankings, gain a higher ranking on the Google search engine, and in return get more people calling your phone and using your services. And so the first thing I just wanted to share with you is what Google calls the metadata. And as we look at your website here, the metadata is actually on the outside of the website. And so as we look at these little bit of what is in the blue, this little smidget of information, that's what Google calls the metadata. And so your metadata is Big Boys Pressure Washing in Cibolo, Texas. And I also use this tool here to extract it as well. And that's what we have in Cibolo, Texas, Big Boys Pressure Washing. And so that's pretty good because it's giving the city and what type of business you do, you're in or the name of your business. And so I went ahead and looked at what business was on the top of the first page of the Google search engine. And as we go back to the first page, we see that we get all these different businesses, and most of these on the top are ads and things like that. And so the first one that we come across is this one, Slideo, or Slide Services. And so as we look at their metadata, or go back and look at the metadata before we enter into the website, it says Cibolo Power Washing, low price pressure washing in Cibolo. So as you can see that there's actually has the city and what type of business they do, and they also went ahead and put it again, and also the city as well. And so Google sees this as knowing where to put your website, or where to rank it, and also what type of business you do, so to categorize it in their large number of searches, so that people are able to find you more quicker. And it shows Google that this is the city that I'm wanting to rank in, and what type of business that you do. And so that's the first thing I want to share with you. As we go back to your website, and I did find your website on page 4 of the Google search engine, which is pretty far back, because 95% of people that are searching on Google only use the first page of the search engine. Sorry about that. And here we go. I did find you on like the Yellow Page ad, and also on the Groupon's ad on pages 3 and 2, I believe. But your website is actually on page 4, so that's pretty far back. And as I was mentioning, 95% of is a pretty large number. So people are really not finding your business, so you're probably not getting that many phone calls coming in. And so the second thing I wanted to share with you is what Google calls the header, or the H1 and H2 heading. And the H1 heading should be exactly like the metadata that's on the outside of the website. They should mimic each other and be identical. And so on the H1, went ahead and extracted it also through this tool. And yours is Big Boys Pressure Washing. And so, like I was mentioning, you should have it also mimic, or be exactly like what the metadata says. So yours should say Cibolo Pressure Washing, and then Big Boys Pressure Washing for the name after that, as we can see on this other, on the one that was on top, the business that was on top, Slido. There's it mimics pretty much what their metadata is in Power Washing and Cibolo. And so the H1 is what pops up right here in the front, where yours has Big Boys at. That's your H1 header. And so you would want to put Cibolo pressure washing services, and then you could put your logo on the after that or underneath that, so that people know what your business name is. But it's essential that you put that city first and what type of business you do next, but on the very top of that H1. And then by doing that, Google for sure knows what city you're ranking in and what type of business you're ranking for, or what type of business you're doing, so they know where to put you. And if these are in sync with each other, then they're gonna know exactly where to put you and rank you a lot higher. And so this is just one thing, two things that should be done on your website just to get started on ranking a lot higher. There's several factors that also Google looks at in order to determine where to rank your website, and really has to do with Google trusting your website and your website knowing exactly what type of business you're doing, showing that you know more than all the other businesses on the internet that are doing the same business as you, so that they know that they'll rank you higher. And I'll get into that maybe later on, but this is the first thing I wanted to share with you in order to get your website going and ranking a lot higher on the Google search engine and getting more people calling your phone. All right, thank you for your time. Hopefully this little bit of information helps you out. Hopefully you have someone that can do this for you. Just simply changing the metadata and the H1 to Cibolo pressure washing, and then adding your name at the end of that, Big Boys Pressure Washing. And so by doing these two little things, adjusting these two little things, Google will recognize that you're trying to rank higher and give you a higher ranking. So you'll move from page 4 hopefully up to at least page 2. If you need help doing this, maybe I could help you out, give you a couple of pointers, some more pointers and things like that, and just get your business going and scaling, so that people know where you're at and that you're in business. Thank you for your time, Daniel. I hope to talk to you later. You have a good one. Thank you. Bye-bye.